I just built Vanquish Soul 5.0 with this new card that came out in Age of Overlord. My name's Jake Quincy. I have over 60 regional wins, like 23 YCS tops or 30 Premier Plus tops even. I'm bringing you Vanquish Soul 5.0. I built you the best version of Vanquish Soul that's currently online right now, where you should be taking it to your locals, your regionals, and potentially YCSs. This list is pretty strong. It's going to be able to compete against every single deck in the current game. It's arguably now tier 1.5, I would comfortably say. The thing with this deck is though that you need to play it correctly. The way to play this correctly is sequencing everything in order perfectly in terms of setting up your hand with the attributes that you need. If you like this type of content, click that subscribe button, comment below if there's any changes you think I should make to this deck, and if you actually want to see like a siding pattern video with this, just to give you a good head start into the new format with Age of Overlord present. So without further ado, let me give you Vanquish Soul 5.0. Okay guys, so this is a 40 card Vanquish Soul 5.0 deck list. 40 cards in the main, 15 cards on the side, 15 cards in the extra. The list is quite clean, a lot of free ofs, very consistent. It's going to be able to compete at the highest level. So let's just get straight into the profile. So we're playing triple raisin, of course. It's literally the heart and soul of the deck. You need 3 of these. So this is the new card, Jiaolong, I believe it's called. So a level 5 Vanquish Soul worm monster. It's a fire, which is really important because the other fire was terrible. This card has 2 pretty good effects. Okay, so the first effect is if you reveal any Vanquish Soul, if you have to reveal a card for a Vanquish Soul effect, you can then trigger this and special summon it from your hand. It has 2 effects. You can reveal 1 fire to change the battle position of a monster on the field. So if your opponent book a Moonjewel guy, you can then flip it back up. The other effect is much better. You can reveal 2 fires in your hand to add any Vanquish Soul card from your deck to your hand. Obviously, you can't add Stake Your Soul because it's not classed as a Vanquish Soul card, but you can add any Vanquish Soul card from your deck to your hand, so it's really strong. And it's a 24 beat stick as well, so it allows you to apply a lot of pressure early on. And if you resolve this effect, because it's a quick effect by revealing 2 fires in your hand, you can then keep doing it. So like Heavy Borger, where you can draw a card in your turn, then draw a card in their draw phase. Just keep adding your turn, adding their turn, and then keep doing it. So it's going to be pretty nice. Once you get set up, your hand's going to be massive, and you're going to be applying a lot of pressure to your opponent because you should be able to then use all the effects that you want to, because this guy is searching every type of attribute that you need from your deck with the Vanquish Soul card. Then we're playing double Mad Love, and then playing 1 Panteria. Now, I did play 3 Mad Love before, but I found that in this deck, you actually want to play 1 Earth that you can search from this to trigger your Caesar Valius. And I'm only playing 1 Caesar Valius, and I'd rather play 1 Caesar and 1 of these because I want more ways than normal summon to be able to trigger Heavy Borger or Caesar Valius than to trigger this guy. And also, you can reveal an Earth in your hand, so like a Ghost Spell, then trigger this, and then you can summon. And so it's pretty good. So yeah, this card is like pretty nuts. It's definitely a free of. A lot of players are playing 2. Some players are playing 1. You need 3 because it counts as a fire as well. It adds value to the deck. You want to open it because you want to start resolving it. Even changing the battle position is pretty important. So that with Rocket the Vanquisher, you're going to, in a like a simplified game state, you're going to always win. So you definitely want to play 3 of these. Then we're playing 3 Heavy Borger. Love this card. You want to play 3. You want to draw your cards. You want to draw into more fires, more hand traps. This is the card that's going to apply a lot of pressure early on. And then Caesar Valius, because this card isn't going to apply that much pressure early on compared to Heavy Borger. So you'd rather have this in the late game, mid game. So only 1 of these. Then for the hand traps, we're playing triple Ash Blossom. Literally insane in this deck just because it's a fire and one of the most best generic hand traps in the game. Then we're playing 3 Kurikara. Now you don't have to play this card, but I really recommend playing it. This card applies so much pressure and damage early on, and it's a fire, so you can keep revealing it with Jiaolong. And then this card, you can just summon when you want to, and then it's basically attack the game. So you want to play this card. If you can get it, play it. It's coming out in the new OTS in Ultimate Rare, so just get hold of it. I know it didn't get reprinted in tins, which sucks, but yeah, if you can get free, play it. Then we're playing triple Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion. This card applies a lot of pressure to most decks in the current format. It's very generic. It's nice. It's an Earth. It's not very good against a certain matchup you're up against. You can just hold it in your hand and start revealing it. And then you can bring out Caesar Valius out earlier on in the game, so you can start revealing this and it'll help you win the game. This card is good against Tier Element as well. So he has got pretty popular in the format, so this will help you for sure. Then Triple Crow. Now, you're probably thinking, why Crow over Dimensional Shifter? Now, Dimension Shifter is disgusting. We know it is, and a lot of people want it banned. But what the thing that this card can do is many things. So against Unchained, you can banish the water monster, the water dog that's summoning back from the grave, and every Unchained deck plays one. So once you banish it, it's gone for good, and that's usually the way they win. So you can't bestial that card because it's a water monster. But if you Crow it, it's like pretty much GG. It stops them making the rank monster, so it's pretty strong. Also, it's very good against Pearly, because when they use Pearly Lily effect, target the spell in the grave that they want to rank up into, you can just banish it. Against Teal Element, it's pretty strong as well, because you can just banish any problematic card in the grave, and it's dark, so you're going to keep drawing cards, and it's not once per turn, so it's really nice. Then we're playing the free Fenrir, and we're playing the 1 Rise Heart. Now, the reason why this package is so important, obviously Fenrir is really strong, but it's the fact that you can search a fire now to really get going with this guy and Raisin, because if you have Stake Your Soul, you can summon this, etc. But the fact that you can get this guy, it's really strong, because you need it. You need fires. You need to be able to search fires. So the plan is usually you summon the Fenrir, don't add another copy unless your hand's stacked with fires. Just add Rise Heart and just hold it, and then you're pretty good to go. So this is the monster lineup. I wouldn't change anything. However, I was contemplating adding a Cowbeck as a hand trap, because it's an earth and it can bounce a card. So you could have that as a hand trap in the main deck. I nearly sided it, but there's just no space. Okay, so for the spells, we've got triple Stake Your Soul, card's broken. The 1 Rota, broken. The 1 Durandal, I nearly added it to 2, but just because of space, and I know it's super hard to open both of them in your opening 5. It's just really good. And if you go second, you can quit your opponent's monster, search Raise, and then normal summon Raise, and then you can start playing. Playing 1 Continue. I'm not playing the Book of Moon spell. I don't really think it's that great right now. I did have it in the side, but the side it got so tight, and you'll see it in a second. So I just decided to cut it completely. You can add it into the deck list and just play 41 if you want to, or if you want to cut a Kurikara, you could do if you don't have 3, but you really want to play as many fires as possible. So if you haven't got Kurikaras, the other thing you could play is you could play the Fire Kaiju instead, but you really want to play that card. So you could play 3 Fire Kaiju instead of 3 of the Kurikaras. So yeah, I'm not playing the Vanquish Soul Book of Moon. Then I'm playing 2 Pot of Desires. Now, the reason why I'm not playing Prosperity in this is I really think the extra deck is very important in the game, especially game 2 and 3, but also you're playing infinite free elves. So when you're playing a deck full of multiples of free elves, Pot of Desires becomes one of the best spells in the game, because you get to draw 2 cards. Yes, you do banish 10 cards face down, but really if you're playing free elves of everything, you don't really care what you banish. The only problem is that you are worried about banishing is the singular Caesar Valius or the Continue. So usually you won't play this until you use your Mad Love, and Continue it's okay. I mean, it's pretty strong, especially in the later game. So ideally you want to get this to your hand early before you play Desires, or you can search Caesar Valius and then you can Desires. But usually you just want to draw multiple cards to try and draw. The reason why this is better than Prosperity is because you're drawing multiple cards, so you can have multiple attributes in your hand, and you can dig into your best spells. And if you look at everything is like an attribute that adds to the deck. These just summon guys or adds the guys. And the only thing that isn't part of adding to the engine is the free traps, which is there only can be 1. And you're happy to draw this card. Like, you want to draw this card. This card is disgusting. So yeah, you want to play 3 of these for sure. So this card is a clean 40 cards. Trust me with Pot of Desires. I know some of you think I'm crazy. Trust me, one of the best spells in the game. So I'm going to do something different this time. I'm going to go with a side deck before I go into the extra deck. So we're playing triple Spellbound. Hits a lot of the decks right now. It's really good going first and going second. The thing with this deck is you want to have so many cards to prevent your opponent from playing, whilst you can snowball into the right attributes that you want to and gain advantage and overcome your opponent. Then we're playing 2 Juris Worm and 1 Magma Nut. I was going to play 3, but there's just no space. Originally it was 3 of these and not this, but I really like what this can do in the deck, because if I summon it against my opponent, I can either add the dark that I need, or I can add Caesar Valles because it's a dragon and it's an earth. So I think this is important. Then we're playing triple Ultimate Slayer. You really want this card in this deck. It really gives you a lot of answers against all the decks in the format. And the thing with this deck is as well, excuse me, you want to have a card that can, a singular card that can do a lot of damage, because you haven't really got space to have the other spots not being attributes. You need them to be attributes in your hand in this type of deck. So I know what one Slayer can do is a lot, especially with what's in our retro deck. Then we play triple anti-spell. You need anti-spell in the side deck just because triple tactics, talents, and frost will screw you over. So imagine controlling the game with anti-spell face up, and then you've got Raisin being summoned in the column to destroy your opponent's monster. It's going to be hard for your opponent to be able to play. You want this card. This card's going to win you a lot of games. Trust me, play this card. It's disgusting, especially in this deck. And then lastly, triple evenly matched. Now, if you want to, you could play 2 Lightning Storms and 1 Harpy Silver Duster instead if you want to. But I like what this card can do, and then main phase 2, I can start applying pressure on the board. So yeah, I like what evenly does. It hits a lot of decks for a singular card as well. Like I mentioned with Ultimate Slayer, you want a singular card that can do a lot of damage because your attributes need to add value to this type of deck. So that's your 15 card side deck. Next is the extra. So we're playing the Golden Cloud Beast. Now this card's really good because when you go Slayer, send in this, you clear a monster, then you can target a face-up card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. So that would be nice as well. If there's any like floodgates, I doubt there will be, but that can come up too. So yeah, you can literally just bounce something your opponent has, which is a problem. Omega. Now, I was going to put something else instead of this, but I figured we want to play at least 2 synchros in the game, because when we do play against like Mandinium, for example, we want to put 3 Slayers in and we don't want the second one to be dead. The banish effect is going to be nice as well to put a card back to the deck, but mainly you're going to be sending this. So yeah. Then we have Wings of Resident Life. It's nice to be able to send a fusion and draw a card. Entis, just because instead of drawing a card, if you want to destroy something else, this will be useful. Now for the links, I'm playing Security Dragon. It's going to be nice to, once you have Rock out, link away 2 monsters to be able to co-link and bounce something back from your opponent. The reason why I'm playing this is because I'm playing SP Little Knight. So once you make this, bounce something back, and then you link this and something else into SP. So this is where Continue comes in nice with Mad Love. Now you can make this, banish something else as a problem, and then you can start controlling the game. And this can just be chilling because Rock of the Vanquish will be up, right? So it's a really nice card. So you're playing a control game now, and this card is a must-have in this deck because of what Rock the Vanquisher can do, right? So you want to play this. Then we're playing 2 Rock of the Vanquisher. You're never summoning free. Never. I've never ever summoned free. So you don't need free. Unless you're making mistakes, then you're probably going to need free. Then we have Zeus. And then we're playing the new Sky Crisis card. I like this. I like this a lot. There's some cool stuff you can do. So like you can go like Raisin, like normal summon Raisin, search, link away for Rock, and then just overlay this over Rock. I believe that's how it works. And then you can just attack over something, clear something, then detach the Rock, destroy something. So that'll be pretty nice. I just feel like you have to play it. It's like a free roll to play. And what it can do is pretty strong. I'm playing Biguska Dweller, obviously, just because of like 2 elements everywhere and Unchained. Then we're playing the Zodiac monsters to make a bigger Zeus, and then we're playing King Dempsey. I like this. I like this a lot. It's going to be able to get you your Raisin, but also you can use it as a material to link into your SP Little Knight. So there's some really cool plays you can do there. So yeah, I really like this deck list. This is the way I would play Vanquish Soul in the post Age of Overlord format. Yeah, let me know what you think. I have an idea for Vanquish Soul 6.0, but I don't want to jump the gun yet. Let me know what you think below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.